welcome to Computer Tech Central. Actually, as you can already tell from the title, the video today is going to be based off something that I've seen on Reddit. And I don't have the proper setup right now at home to really show it, so I'm just going to use a virtual box and open up an operating system and give you a good demonstration. So, pretty much what he's saying is that he has a roommate that is fairly intelligent and tech savvy, obviously knows his networking. So, the way that I used to do exactly what this dude feared was between my modem and my router, I took a desktop computer, put it in there with two Ethernet ports, one coming from the modem into the Ethernet port, one leaving the Ethernet port, going back into a router, and then it projected Wi-Fi and everything plugged up to it. So it kind of just sat in the middle of the router and the modem, and it kind of just all the traffic, and then I bridged the connections. I forgot that part. I bridged the connections together so that what happened was the one coming from the router was now bridged to the one outgoing to the modem, giving it internet. And then what I would do is open a program that is called Wireshark. Okay, so from here, I would just load up Wireshark and record what was coming through the bridge connections on the base computer. Only thing about that makes it so stupid to do, or I shouldn't say stupid, that makes it so, I guess it makes it really hard on yourself, is that when the computer goes down, or if something goes wrong with that computer, guess what? Your connection goes down. You just lost internet. Now, of course, the router's still going to work and everything. But also, another thing, people actually have routers nowadays that do all the logging for you. So he could open this log file, scan through it, find whatever he needed. Now, for me, I have a Wi-Fi card. This is just going to set up an example so that I can show you how easy it is to do. So, Wi-Fi. Double click there, it'll start recording. Now, have a virtual machine open. We'll go to command prompt. What we're going to do is we're going to ping DonaldJTrump.com. Alright, so that IP address 104.16.38.178. Just going to memorize that for a little bit, and we're just going to open the browser. So what's going to happen here is Firefox is going to start up, and it's going to go to that web page. And once it loads, good to go. Now, I'm going to come back into my host OS, stop the recording that it's doing, and we're going to type in a simple command. So we're going to search IP address ip.addr equal, and then the IP address that we had seen earlier from when I pinged. So I'm going to move this over, pull up the command prompt. So I don't have the best of memory. It's 104. We'll put a period in there. 104.16.38.178. And we're going to hit enter. Now, obviously I have not seen this website inside of my host OS from the time I started recording and stopping the recording. So, here's all these addresses. Okay? All this information was sent between that IP address and mine. Now, just imagine if you had full access and range to be able to see everything that was going on inside of the router. Same thing. All you gotta do is find out what device is yours, and then, bam. And a lot of times it's easier than you really think. So, for example, we could do something like start up a new instance of Wireshark, and then come into here and go to facebook.com. Alright, now it's trying to get me to log in. So, from here, I have pinged Facebook already. We'll do it again just in case. Ping facebook.com. So we have the IP address here. So we'll do the same thing that we did earlier. We'll do ip.addr equal, and I'm going to pull this down so that I get the exact IP address. So we'll go 157.240.14.35. We're going to hit enter. and we're going to go ahead and hit stop on this. And now, as you can tell, all of this is the data that went between that virtual machine and it. Now, the reason why I'm mainly using a virtual machine to demonstrate this is because I give myself consent to do so. Now, I don't know the legality of someone doing that against your will and finding things, because inside of here, if you were to log in, I mean, you can tell, like, look, there's application data, there's the handshake between the servers. I mean, everything is inside of here. So in essence, I guess that he could find the hex keys inside of this internet protocol, and essentially down here somewhere inside of all of this is your password and your login. But one thing that you can do is come in to your router. Mine is 192.168.1.1, and then I log in and search for around in there in your settings and find a thing called logs. In here, there's a big log right here, so I'm just going to hit clear. As you can tell, it's completely cleared, but it says include in the log. One thing that you can do is come in and turn all this off and hit apply, and that stops it from, you know, attempting to access on the outside, all these things. So like known DDoS attacks and port scans, things like that. I mean, they're important. I would keep some of this stuff, but really it's all up to you at the end of the day what you want in there, because if he has access to all of this, he probably has access to some sort of log, and yes, he can see what you're doing. Another thing is, I would strongly suggest getting a VPN like what I have here, and I actually use it from time to time. This could actually protect you a lot. I believe that this is something that you should invest in. It's around $10 a month, and if you pay by the year, it's a little bit less. It's more like about $5 a month if you pay it by the year, though, but the money's up front, of course. But anyways, long story short, if you end up doing that, it's just, I guess, a safety protocol. If it makes you sleep better at night, kind of thing. Another one is to browse with the Tor browser. That's not always the most secure way, but I mean, if you were to do both, I guess in essence, two's better than one. So look at it that way, and I hope that I helped you, and I hope that I helped some other people if they feel worried. Just keep in mind that that is also on public IP addresses. So like if you go to a coffee shop or a local McDonald's, something like that has public Wi-Fi, don't think for a moment that the computer that's hosting all this, that they don't have a server or something in there that can record all of that traffic. So just keep that in mind, and the people that work at those companies and those businesses, they're everyday people. So you're going to run into people who may be tech savvy, or the guy that's their IT guy, the person who set it all up, he may be evil and have ill intentions towards you or, you know, your belongings.